ATG Radio, YouTube exclusive, previewing and predicting this Saturday night at the O2 Arena Millennium Dome in the United Kingdom. The WBC Silver Heavyweight Championship is at stake as Dillian Whyte faces undefeated former WBA heavyweight title holder Lucas Big Daddy Browne. So it's Big Daddy versus the Body Snatcher. England versus Australia. These guys have been talking smack, throwing jabs back and forth verbally, and it's all going to be settled this Saturday night in England. Rufus Defabal, what are your thoughts?
It is going to be a very, very interesting contest, especially for the fact that Lucas Browne has been inactive for the better part of 2.5 years, maybe 3, the last fight he had. And you may as well not even count it was Matthew Greer, just a straight-up journeyman. He blew him away. But he's been getting a hell of a lot of hard training in, hard sparring with Derek Chisora and many others. He was supposed to mix it up with Nathan Gorman. Nathan Gorman injured his hand, so they brought in Tyson Fury, to get some of them rounds in. And Dillian, they both had the big clash on The Gloves Are Off, the big BBC sports show. They're going to get down to business. This is going to be fireworks no matter how you look at it. Last night on the B-side show, I talked to Jason Gavern, who fought Lucas Browne, about that fight. He said he thinks it's going to be a knockout for Dillian Whyte inside of 8 or 9 rounds. I tend to disagree with him. I think this fight's going to go the whole 12 rounds, with quite a few skirmishes in there. My heart tells me Lucas Browne, but my head is leaning towards Dillian Whyte. And the only reason why I say that is because Lucas Browne, for all intents and purposes, has the same style, the same build, the same strengths as the Nordic Nightmare, Robert Helenius. And everybody knows Dillian Whyte, beat him pretty decisively. So you kind of see that, but at the same time, you can't count a man like Browne out because he can get dropped, he can get hurt, and he can knock you out in the very last round. So it's going to be very interesting. It wouldn't surprise me if he wins. But my prediction, Dillian Whyte, unanimous decision win.
You know what, Rufus? I'm not going to disagree with you. Probably I think the decision is the right one. I don't think it's going to be an exciting fight. I think, we got lucky when Dillian Whyte fought Derek Chisora. It was one of the fights of the year in 2016. It was at the end of the year, December 2016. It was a great fight. I didn't expect that to be a great fight. I thought because both guys have similar boring styles that it was going to be a boring fight, but it ended up turning out to be a great fight. Since then, both guys have been in fights, and they haven't been exciting fights. And the old saying, you're only as good as your last performance, you're only as good as your last fight in terms of boxing. Both guys didn't really overly impress. Like you mentioned, Lucas Browne fought Matthew Greer. That's not much. The inactivity, I think, is going to play a factor in Lucas Browne. The guy, we love Lucas Browne here at ATG Radio. The issue is that he's been through a lot with the allegations of his positive steroid test after the Ruslan Shagayev win. That haunts you. Whether it's true or whether it's not true, it's got to play a mental and, if it is true, a physical effect because they're doing extensive testing. So for Lucas Browne, there's a reason he's undefeated and he's the underdog in this fight. So the more active Dillian Whyte. Not saying Dillian Whyte is the best heavyweight in the world or anything like that. And the best ever Lucas Browne and the best ever Dillian Whyte, I think Lucas Browne wins. But I don't think the best ever Lucas Browne is going to be there on March 24th, this Saturday night. I think we're going to see the best ever Dillian Whyte. And I'm going to kind of agree also with Jason Gavern. I think with those factors leaning against Lucas Browne, it's going to have Dillian Whyte have a sensational performance. And then the following week, obviously, it's the big heavyweight title fight, the unification bout, Anthony Joshua and Joseph Parker. I think Dillian Whyte makes a statement, gives a great argument for a case for a rematch should Anthony Joshua defeat Joseph Parker. It gives Dillian Whyte a great argument to call out Deontay Wilder. I mean, I think, him winning the Silver WBC championship, I think if he isn't already the number one mandatory, he's going to be after this fight. So, yeah, I'm going with Dillian Whyte. All respect to Lucas Browne, a long time, many occasions has been on ATG radio. Dillian Whyte had been on ATG radio previously once before. But much respect here. But my prediction, Dillian Whyte either late stoppage, unanimous decision with you. But all eyes on HBO. If you're in the United States, tune in HBO. If you are in the UK, I believe you get the pleasure and privilege of watching this on Sky Sports. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back next week with the big heavyweight unification championship preview and prediction.